Okay, so let's just refresh our memories and learn what it is and how to use the RPE scale to measure your effort and intensity during a workout. So all of you guys, when you finish the workout, you on the app, right, you have the at the end you have the ratings to give, right, how difficult the workout felt, and that's based off on the RPE scale. RPE scale is the rate of perceived exertion. So I do explain it a little more in depth inside the training guide. So you all should have received the training guide in your welcome email. And if you have not, make sure to check out the file section here in the Facebook group, because I made sure to upload it in there as well, just so you could have it handy at any time. But I do explain majority of the training principles, and specifically the scale of RPE. And why is this important? It's because it is really hard for me, not being there with you, not training with you, to know exactly what weight you should be using. And more often than not, you also don't know what really is a higher perceived effort, and you really don't know what weight you should be using or what type of load and how much load you should be adding to each exercise. A great majority of you guys are still training at home with limited access to equipment. So you might even have dumbbells, but you have a limited set. You can't add weight because you don't have more options, right, available to you. And just so you know, making progress in your training sessions, in your lifting, does not mean always adding more weight and only adding more weight. I want to make this very, very clear. Adding load, it is definitely one of the easiest and one of the ways of making sure that you're making progress and that you're getting stronger over time. But it is just one of them, right? Making sure that you're making progress on your form and execution. So form and technique is crucial. I don't want you to just lift heavy weights without proper execution, because you're not going to be reaping the benefits of that exercise. And you could injure yourself pretty badly. But more often than not, I see that women specifically are still very afraid of lifting heavier, right? Especially on their upper body. But yeah, just to close that parenthesis, what exactly it means to make progress, right? So load is one of them. Exercise technique and form is another one. The rest period, so if you decrease the rest period and you're able to do more repetitions, different types of exercises that you're able to do, more advanced exercises like single-legged versions of the same exercise, that's a sign that you're making improvements, and so on and so forth. But I'm not here to talk about progressive overload. If you guys want, just comment down below that you want to go into a little bit more depth into progressive overload and how to make sure that you're making progress at the gym. But here today, I just wanted to give more clarity on how to rate your perceived effort, how to rate your effort after during a workout. So I'm not there with you. I cannot help you choose the weight. So you're gonna have to test, right? Oh, what weight should I use? You pick a weight and you test and you see how you feel. Okay, and then this chart here, this scale, should help you pick the right weight. If you pick a weight and you have a certain exercise, you have a certain set that I prescribed you 10 repetitions, and you get to 10 repetitions and you feel like you could still do 4 or 6 more easily, then your RPE is around 5 or 6. Okay, very, very light. For majority of you, most of the time, I want you to be aiming at least 8. 8 and above, that can mean that you will be maybe adding more load if you have the option to add more load, or adding more reps, or maybe both. You add reps and you add load. For that, you're gonna have to break the threshold of your mind wanting to stop at the prescribed number of repetition. So I prescribed you 10 or I prescribed you 15. Your mind is going to want to stop there, even though your body can do a little bit more, right? So feel the exercise, feel the load, put execution and technique first, but then add a load that increase the perceived effort to around an 8 or above. Okay, I see people that are very often rating their workouts at a 9 RPE scale. That means that that person is putting a ton of effort because there's only one more repetition left in the tank, right? When I say left in the tank is when you finish that last repetition, maybe if you squeeze in, you would be able to do one more with very shitty form, but you'd still be able to do one more. That's RPE 9. RPE 10 is when like literally your muscle starts failing you. Like it won't do the concentric portion of the exercise. It won't contract at all. Like it failed you. That's an RPE 10. So you guys should be always aiming and striving for at least an 8. And how do you know if you got an RPE 8? If you did a set, if you picked a load, and you're doing the reps, and you do the reps until you feel that you only have 2 more to go. 2 more left in the tank. The 10th rep is very hard. I'm giving the 10 as an example, right? But I have multiple repetition ranges that I prescribed in my programs. But that last repetition, that last rep should feel very hard. So it should feel that you could maybe squeeze 2 more. Maybe you could squeeze 1 more. If you finish the last one because your mind gave up, because you told yourself that you should finish at 10 reps or 15 reps or 20 reps or whatever the number of reps that I prescribed, but if I was there with you, pushing you, you know that you maybe could squeeze in a little bit more, then you didn't reach your full potential on that. You didn't give your entire effort. You didn't give full effort for that exercise, for that workout session. Okay, so oftentimes when I see that you guys rate 5 or 6 or even 7 RPE, that means to me, not that the workout was easy, but that you made it easy. Because you can make it easier or harder. And I want you to make it harder by either adding more load or adding more reps. Okay? That prescribed number of repetition is just to help you selecting the right load, the right weight, so you can have a frame of reference. I want you to pick a weight that allows you to do 10 reps. I want you to pick a weight that's going to allow you to do 15 reps. Or I want you to pick a weight that's going to allow you to do 8 reps or 6 reps. Ideally, the higher the number of reps, the lower the load, right? The lighter the load, because you're going to be having more time under tension. And the lower the number of repetitions, the higher the number of the load, right? The heavier the load should be. And if you don't have more load, if you don't have more dumbbells to play around, if you don't have plates, if you don't have access to more load, to more weight, then what you should be doing is to be increasing the repetitions. If you get to 15, and you just stop there because the workout said so, you're not doing it right. You're not giving your full potential to that workout, and maybe you're not going to be able to reap the benefits of that workout session as you would if you had given it all, right? So keep this in mind for your next workout session. When rating your workouts, I want you to make it harder. I want you to reach or aim to an RPE 8 and above. How you're going to be doing that? You're going to be adding more load, or you're going to be adding more reps, and you're going to be logging in the number of reps that you're using, just so we have a frame of reference and see how you're making progress on a certain exercise. If you cannot reach the number of prescribed reps, that's no problem. If I told you to do 15 reps and you can only do 10 or 5, I want you to log it in anyways, because again, we are making sure that we're tracking your progress. So I want to see you progressing from 5 to 6 to 8 to 10 until you reach 15. Okay, it's not just a random number that I throw there. So yeah, I hope this makes sense. I hope this helps you to put in more effort and make your exercises, make your workout sessions harder, more intense, so you can reap the benefits of that program. Now, just one side note here with regards to rest periods. Please respect the rest periods by resting, okay? It is not the strength training program. The intention is not for you to sweat. The intention is not for you to just feel tired for the sake of feeling tired. The intention is not to elevate your heart rate. That is not the intention of strength training. Strength training is to make you stronger, right? And you gotta be able to give your all on each set. And you're only gonna be able to do that if you respect the rest period. So if there's a 90-second rest, look it on your watch, 90 seconds, and then you do the next set. 60 seconds, and then you do the next set. Sometimes you see shorter periods of rest, shorter rest periods, but that is on purpose because we're training in a more metabolic way. I want to utilize other ways of eliciting hypertrophy. But more often than not, the rest periods are going to be longer than you're used to in your previous programs. But that is on purpose. Again, I want you to fully rest and be ready for the next set so you can give your all again. Okay, that's what's going to make you stronger. Yeah, I hope that's clear. I hope that helps. And I hope to see more 8 and above after your workouts. And if you have any questions regarding your training program, just drop them down below. Yeah, see you next time.